Good morning and welcome back. I've just got out of bed. You'll be seeing it at 11 o'clock early. I've been working late, so I had a sleep in, or tried, but Spirit had other plans. And basically, they want me to revisit part of my journey that got missed. So my last reading was about Into the Unknown and the spiritual awakening and the twin flame path, which is the very unknown. You know, it's all unknown. Doesn't matter if you're labelled twin flame or light worker, light shower. Everybody's awakening is different, and everybody's awakening is valid, and you know, none of us are higher than the other. Some are ancient souls, known as, you know, twin flames. Yeah, we're all different, is what I'm saying. But the channeling came through that I need to revisit the last Into the Unknown reading, because a lot of you caught that reading, and it sort of speeds up in the I tried editing it, but I'm not very good technically. I'm not. It's just not my talent. Anything spiritual? Yeah. Call to spirit? Yeah. Phones? No. But yeah, so it speeds up and it misses pretty much a lot the middle part of my twin flame journey. So I goes back on that video, and I don't usually recheck my videos, and for some reason, well, not for some reason, Spirit was saying, go look at that video, and I was like, what's wrong with it? So I go on it, and then I watch it all the way through, and it's speed. So you miss part of my journey, and it's an important part, Spirit's saying, and it's all important. Every part of this twin flame awakening and spiritual awakening is all important, and none of the parts can be skipped. We have to go through all of it to, you know, fully be whole by the end of this journey. Well, I say the end, but it's a never-ending journey. I mean at the lighter parts of this journey, you know, when you've come through all the dark night of the Kundalini. So here I am. They said use the same cards again, and yeah, I can't skip part any of the journey. The viewers need to know this. So I've done the automatic writing. So I'll just read a bit from the automatic writing and then we'll get on to the reading. But yeah, the song coming through was called Hello from the Other Side. Appropriate. The Spirit's got a sense of humour. So yeah, I knew instantly, you know, hello from the other side again. Don't want me to get a message to you all. So, you know, this channeling, it's come through for since that last reading, and yeah, you know, I got guided to come back on, and yeah, so hello from the other side. So this song has several meanings. Now, the meaning most to me is the obvious, because I work with Spirit, you know, we co-create, they're in my life daily, they never leave. And I don't want them to leave now. Before, quite annoying. Not gonna lie. Very annoying. But I won't be without them now. Now I'm aware that I'm not crazy and they are actually there. Yeah, I couldn't be without my angels and my spirit team. They've guided me every step of this brutal path, you know, that being on to a beautiful new beginning, a new self. So yeah, so this song has several meanings, and it's an Ells song. And to me, it means, yeah, hello from the other side, from my spirit team. You know, first and foremost, that guidance that I always feel from them. And yeah, you know, it means the call, you know. So I got this call 7 years ago, maybe longer now. So it always said you've had it longer, but you just really wasn't open to it. 7 years ago, that call came in loud and clear, ringing in my ears constantly. Could not escape it. Other symptoms, but we'll get into that. But I want to talk about the meaning of the song. So, and it could mean coming through a very, very hard time and, you know, facing life's challenges and coming through them. And it also could mean a message from a loved one, which, if you've been following me, you know, I lost my dear mum just over a month ago now. Very, very early days. Going through a major transition again. Big major transitions in my life, you know, with the awakening and losing my mum. Yeah, so it could mean that. And yeah, it can mean a lot of things, you know. It's what it means to you also. Songs have personal meanings. They don't mean everything, the same thing to everybody, you know. So yeah, you take it as it, I don't want to say resonates, but yeah, resonates with you. That meaning to you, you know, it's our soul songs. That's music. It's spiritual. It's us there, you know. So it's whatever it means to you. But to me, it means all of that. Spirit coming in, my mum coming in, the love from the other side, you know, all of that. But yeah, so that was the automatic writing for that. Yeah, so basically, that's what just I wrote before coming online. That's what I would do it, just channel from the cards and, well, spirit channels through me. So yeah, this call, 7 years ago, I got the call. It was a call like I'd never had before. They're saying storytelling time now. I've got to tell this as a story. So this call came in 7 years ago. Rattled me, totally. Thought I was going crazy. Not gonna lie. Thought I was losing my mind. Thought I'm hearing voices here. They're not mine, you know. Could be from somewhere. But no, I also knew that I was very, very much connected. You know, I was having dreams, vivid dreams, visions, coming true visions, precognition, clairaudience, I know it as now. Then I just used to call it precognition. I was just trying to figure this journey out. You know, I was right at the start of this journey. Also connected to another person that had been in my life from childhood. It was basically bringing in a tower for our connection. You know, so that was crumbling. When I got this call, and I decided I need to answer this call because it won't stop ringing anyway. You know, ringing in my ears and ringing in my life. Everyday things, you know, the sounds. Spirit wants to get to you. When your soul's ready to wake, it's going to awake. That call will come in, you know. You have to answer it eventually. You can stall it, but eventually you have to answer it. If your soul is ready in this timeline to awake, it will awake. You're here to do something big, you know. There's a calling, and that call's calling you. So yeah, this happened. The tower. You know, when I decided I'd take that chariot and I'd go forward on this path, and I would answer that call. This happened. The tower came in. Everything in my life, what I'd known before, that existence of who Ellie was, the existence of everything in my life, my beliefs, everything from childhood. The tower brought a lot down. And when I say down, yeah, everything came crashing down. Friendships, relationships, beliefs inside of me, you know, strong beliefs that have been conditioned in me from childhood, this lifetime and past lifetimes. I know now. Now I've gone further on the journey. I thought I was just working with this lifetime, all the trauma and all the wounds of this lifetime. No, it goes very, very much deep. But at that point, I was still in the shadows. I was in my shadows, you know. I'd not healed my shadows. I'd not gone into, yeah, for that. I'd not gone into that dark night, you know, at this point. I was listening, I was opening up, but I was still in the shadows. That moon is very much things that are hidden, very much. So, yeah, I decided, because I could not stand this ringing in my ears as part of the ascension and the frequency raising in you, that constant ringing. And when I say ringing, it was about 1.5 years of constant ringing, like tinnitus. I didn't go to the doctor. I'm not saying you shouldn't. If you do, you always should. I knew I was on a spiritual awakening path. My soul knew. Somewhere inside me, I knew. And I knew there wasn't no medication for me to go through this spiritual awakening. I knew it was my time to wake. I knew it was the call that had been coming from childhood. I was a very different child. Could feel, and I was very sensitive. Always got told I was too sensitive. Could feel others' emotions. Could feel things, you know, very, very strongly. I understand why now. I was empathic. It was gifts, you know. It's a gift, being sensitive. So yeah, I decided to take that leap. I became a fool. And I jumped. You know, she's standing on this ledge into the unknown, you know. She doesn't know where she's going to go. She doesn't know where she's going to end up. But she's willing, she's brave enough to take that leap. And she just wants the ringing to stop. It's so annoying. And if you know, you have that, you'll understand why I'm saying this. Because it was just a bzzz, like a radio going off. It was like frequency. Very annoying. But yeah, I also knew it was my time. I was here to help people. I also knew that. I knew that this path was leading me to somewhere beautiful. But before I got to the beautiful, if I got to the sun, I had to have the tower. Everything had to come crashing down. That was my dark night. The tower was the dark night. So the dark night took me into the hermit. Yeah? And the hermit stage is spirit will take you away from everybody. They'll silence everything in your life. You'll feel like you're losing person after person, thing after thing. You'll feel like everything is just being took away from you, and you go into deep, deep isolation. You know that hermit goes into isolation. You'll feel like you're never coming out of this hermit mode. But eventually you do. You just have to have patience, Spirit's saying. Patience on this path is so important. You've got to be patient with yourself. You've got to be patient with your twin flame. You've got to be patient with your family and your friends who aren't being very patient with you. You know, and at this point, they're judging you. They're judging you a lot because they're just seeing you from an outsider, you know. They're outside looking in and they're thinking you're losing it. They're thinking, well, what's wrong with mum? You know. They're worried. That's what it is. It comes from a place of worry. And yeah, I was worried for myself at certain points. I thought I was losing my mind. But I also knew I wasn't. I also knew it was my time to wake up. And Spirit was very much leading me and my angels. Yeah, you go into this deep, deep hermit mode. And you go into the hermit because you are now ready for this transformation. When you answer that call, you're going into deep, deep transformation. And the transformation is, you know, it's that stripping away of all your beliefs. It's the dark night. The transformation is the dark night. It's lonely. There's fear there. You're going into your fear. You're going into your wounds to heal them. You're going into your ego mind to balance that out. Not eradicate it, but to understand it and balance it out. You go into balance your divine feminine and your divine masculine energies inside yourself out. This deep, deep transformation, you know, it is. For me, it was a dark night. I can't speak for others. We don't all have a dark night. I had a couple. First one was brutal. Second one, not so much. I was a bit further down the path. For me, yeah, my transformation was the Kundalini rising. So the clearing out of all my chakras, the cleansing, the detoxing, the purging. You know, getting those chakras, all the blockages away, out of your system. And the dark night is the deepest, darkest parts of yourself that you've been avoiding for this lifetime and past lifetimes. And it's very much more. It takes you there. It's called a dark night for a reason, And it can happen again as well. You don't just have to have one. I had a couple, but the second one, not so bad. I've done some of the work. I had become that magician. I'd become the alchemist. Now, Saint Germain comes through to me, I've had Merlin, Merlin Saint Germain, he's come through to me. And yeah, is the magician, he's guided me. He's shown me that I hold magic inside myself. We all hold magic, they're saying. We all hold magic inside of us. We are all alchemists. We are alchemists of our own lives, And this journey has taught me that. It's taught me to, yes, one, love myself. Two, with that love for self comes love for others, comes forgiveness for you, for what what we've done in this lifetime and past lifetimes. You're working on very, very deep levels of transformation here. And it's hard to understand at certain points. But, with patience comes that understanding. And, that moon that starts to fade a little bit, and the sun starts creeping in. That light comes back to you, the divine light. I speak about the divine light because we all hold light inside us, and we all hold a divine light inside us, and this journey takes us there, and you become the alchemist, and you create your life. You create like what you think. You create. You start realizing that. You start realizing your words have power. Words are spell casting. Everything's magic. There is magic in this world, It's just hidden from us. It's hidden behind that moon in the shadows until we go into our transformation. Whatever that transformation may be for you, it's all different. Mine had to be the dark night because the twin flame takes you there. The twin flame journey, it's called one of the most hardest spiritual awakenings for a reason. In my knowing, it's one of the hardest. But all spiritual awakening, it's hard. It's taking you away from everything you've ever known. It's breaking down everything, you've that strong belief system in you. And it's doing that because it's breaking down all paradigms. We are here to show others, the new earth, what's possible, what's been hidden from us. We've been controlled, We are here to find that magic inside of us all, the divine in self. That's what we're here for. And this is this journey. We found that magic on this journey. And then, my intuition comes online. I've become the high priestess. At this point of the journey, I'm listening to my angels and my spirit team so clear now. I'm not questioning it. There's still maybe a little bit of doubts coming in. I'm not going to say it all went away. It didn't. In time and more healing and more transformation, and the further you get down on this path, yeah, your intuition's on point. You hear them loud and clear. The messages are coming in. That telephone call, there's no static there. It's clear. And then when you start listening to your intuition, the turning of the wheel comes. And it's called Fortune's Wheel. And you feel that shift, and you start seeing more signs from spirit, synchronicities, angel numbers, 1111. 1111 was following me around for 2 years. Still is. 1111 and 444, 144, 144 right at the beginning of my journey. But I wasn't awake enough to understand what that meant. Now I do. It's part of it's part of my path. It's part of the twin flame path. So it's all connected, but this wheel, those wheels are turning now. You know, you've got forward momentum. You know, there's no going back. You're on this journey now. You can't go back. This is it. You know, once that tower crumbled, you was going forward. Once you decided to take that leap into, you know, you went into the hermit and that transformation. Yeah, you started these wheels turning slowly. Yeah, but there was turning. And the forward movement all the time. And things start coming to you, you know, and you start seeing the magic. You do start seeing the magician in you at this stage. Yeah, that turning of the wheel on the twin flame path, I started seeing, well, firstly, the 11:11, I knew my twin was returning. And I also knew my twin was returning. This is 3 years after separation. Silence. Radio silence. Nothing. But I always knew the return would happen one day because I know this path. And inside your soul, you know it. It's a knowing. I always say that. If you ever doubt yourself, just look inside your heart. That's where your answers lie. Your sacred heart. And it's a knowing. And no matter what outside interferences and people trying to understand you, close loved ones, no matter what doubts come in at you, look inside your heart and you'll find the truth there. The truth lies there. And this journey showed me that. And I learned to listen to my own intuition, not outsiders. And that's part of this journey is, yeah, standing on your own 2 feet, finding your own strength, finding no matter what this journey throws at you, finding that strength to stand still. You know, when this tower's crumbling around you, like a storm. I always liken it to a storm going around me. That's what I felt like I was in the dark night, this storm. People coming in at me, doubts, outsiders, trying to steer me off my path, trying to detour me. Dark energies coming in at me because the dark likes to attack the light. Because we hold that much light and it's very, very, very powerful and it's much needed in this new golden age. You know, that's why we're all coming back. That's why the remembrance of the divine feminine, divine masculine is coming back. You balance them 2 powerful energies out inside yourself and you balance it out in this connection. Then you go on to your mission. And wow, you are the magician. And you can change the world, you know, one day at a time. Behind this moon, the unseen, light workers, light showers, twin flames, we're changing things, you know. We're changing things from the old into the new earth. And yeah, so justice comes, the 11. See, signs and synchronicities everywhere. Justice comes for all you have been through. For all you have sacrificed, because there's a lot of sacrifices on this path. You have to surrender. At a point, you have to give it all up to God. You get to a point, you're that exhausted from all the transformation and all the energy. You know, it's energy. We're working with energy. We're energy healers. You know, it's exhausting on another level. Physically, emotional, mental, spiritual. Hits you at every angle. There's not one part it doesn't hit. It's not one part of your life it won't hit. If you're meant to wake up, you're going to. If you're meant to have a dark night, you will. It's what your soul signed up for before coming here. I know that now. I've seen it. You know, I know that. I signed up for this. Signed up for it in this ascension that we're all in. And why? No coincidence, because the earth needs it now. You know, we're here. The 144, you know, that frequency of unconditional love, it's returned because it's time. And when I channel Mary Magdalene and other high divine feminines, every one of them, the time is now. That message comes through loud and clear. The time is now. And it is. There's no other time. We're in a global awakening, the new golden age. Light workers, light showers, twin flames. We're guiding the way into this new, beautiful earth we're all creating, all of us. It's a collective effort, not one person is doing it. It's collective. It's co-creation with spirit. But first, we have to go through all our transformation to bring that remembrance back to ourselves, to bring our magic back to us, our spiritual gifts, very, very powerful spiritual gifts. And then we send that out into the world. And that frequency raises one day at a time, behind, But 11, yeah, justice comes. And it's not justice as in legal, it's justice as in that love you've been giving out, that unconditional love you've given out. And this path can turn you, could turn you quite bitter. And I did get a bit angry at certain points. And I just thought, why is this happening to me? I've been through enough. I knew why it was happening, but, my human ego mind was still battling with my spiritual self. And the ego was winning at that point. But I also knew why it was happening, and it was, I was ready, to wake up. And it was bringing me back to this. Love. Love for self, love for others, unconditional love. Very powerful unconditional love. Can change the world. Love, it's the most powerful thing. It's the most powerful frequency we hold. I think, that's my opinion. But I think I've seen love move mountains, But yeah, I'm a Leo, look at this. This was me. I was on my own, very much, on this journey on my own. You have to go on your own. You can't take anyone with you. And you'll lose people along the way. And you'll gain people along the way. And you'll lose things of yourself along the way, what you're meant to. And you'll gain things back, like your spiritual gifts back, So what's taken is also given back, It's that reciprocity. You've got to do the work. You've got to be brave enough. You've got to be brave as a lion and have a courageous heart to go into these parts of yourself when nobody wants to go. I didn't want to go. I went in kicking and screaming until I had to surrender. I was exhausted. I just knew I can't fight this, I can't fight it anymore. So I went and I found love. And I found love for me, firstly. And I started giving to myself all that energy that I give to others for all of my life since being a child. I started returning that back to me, my self-worth, self-love. And then with that, love to others. I gave love to myself and nourished myself. I could do what I've always done, but even more powerful now, with magic. That love that I'd always given out as a child and into my adulthood and never truly got returned. No, they're saying it didn't get returned, Ellie. I gave that out still, but it returns now. That is your justice for all your hard work, for all the transformation, for daring to go into your deepest parts of yourself. And look at all the flaws inside yourself and, make that change. And, balance yourself out and you find your magic. And yes, I knew I was connected to another. I knew that. I've known from childhood, just being asleep. But as children, that connection was also there. It was like we had this invisible string connecting us. Even when we wasn't in each other's physical, we could always feel. I know I could. I also know my twin flame could, as we've got through this journey. But that connection was always there from childhood. We was meant to meet at that age we met. And I think it was probably 10 or 11. I can't really truly remember the age, but very, very young. We came into each other's lives for a reason. Little did I know that it was, twin flame reason and for the new golden age. No, that came much, much later, you know. But the bond, the emotional bond, yeah, that connection's always, always there. It felt different, you know, to other connections, is what I'm saying. Still does. But yeah, since we've balanced it out and I've done the work, we've both done the work, not just me, you know, because we're mirror souls. What one heals, the other heals, you know. That's how it works, mirror. So, yeah, you get held up that mirror to yourself, and that's like your light and your dark, you know, being reflected back at yourself. And that's why you go through this transformation, your mirrors of healing, you know. And then you go separate, you go away separately. Many, many years sometimes, as hard as that is, you know. And it was very hard. Because when you're connected to another soul, you are the same soul, just two different bodies. It's very, very hard, you know. It's that you hear them, you feel them. Yeah, you're forever connected. You know, some parts of the journey is stronger. Then it teeters out a bit, you know, and that's part of the transformation you have to go through separate. But yeah, you're very, very much new. That. Then we get to nearing the. I won't say the end of the journey, because I feel like this journey is just beginning for me. But it's on the up now. There's no more sliding back down, you know. Parts of this journey I could feel I was raising up and then I'd slide back down. No, I'm going to stay there now. My frequency is that bright and, you know, powerful. I'm staying at that point, you know. No matter what doubts people coming at me, I don't doubt this journey anymore. I don't doubt the divine inside myself no more. I've done the work. It's a knowing. You don't doubt it at this stage. Yeah, an Ace of Water comes in. Unconditional love. That's what this card is. Again, this journey, you know, the cards, all love. It's a journey back to love. Love for yourself, love for others. Then you bring that to the earth. Then comes in the sun. Yeah. And your inner child comes out as well. Like, I'm lighter in myself. I'm more, yeah, joyous. I'm authentic. I won't hide any part of myself. This is what you see is what you see. You know, sometimes I'm going to come online in my PJs. I'm just going to do that because I've done this work, and that authenticity is what's real, you know. You know, the old Ellie would have come on all glammed up and all that. I'm too authentic now. You know, I'm living in my authenticity, and that's what brings you back to also. You just to do this calling. You know, it's not a job, it's a calling. It's a big, big mission. The twin flames have light workers, light work showers. It's a big, big mission we're all here for, you know. It's for the earth, Mother Gaia, you know. We're all working with our spirit team, our angels. We're all co-creating to raise our, you know, this frequency on earth, unconditional love. Bring that back. But yeah, you know, the sun does come, and that inner child comes out, and you're just authentic. You know, you don't really care what others think at this point neither. We do. And it's not an ego thing, because your ego's balanced. It's just you've been through the darkest parts of anything. So whatever comes after this point, it's the sun. And I know it's the sun. And 2026 for me is about abundance. 777 I keep seeing. 1111 and 144. It's that balancing out I've done inside self. It's that divine feminine, divine masculine. It's that harmonic balance of all this journey, you know, that I've done inside myself. And wow, tough journey. 7 years, another 7. And my life path number is 7 also. My life path number is that of a true spiritual seeker, which, yeah, I am. I've been seeking. I've been on a path of seeking my spiritual knowledge that was always inside myself. It was just hidden, you know. It's hidden in the shadows. And then that call was too powerful to ignore. And yeah, hell and back on this journey. But the sun. It's all leading us to the sun. It's just, yeah, it's a different feeling, you know, from when you start this journey to you get towards, what's the end? It's a never-ending story. I've got that song in my head, never-ending story. It is, but for me, it's like the old cycle's ending, and 2026, it's the new beginning. It's what's been leading me to this new beginning. I was going to read a bit about the sun, because they're saying so. And then I also want to speak about a light code that I was drawn to. If you've been following me, you know that my language of light came back to myself after I did this transformation. That is the most amazing, beautiful, spiritual gift. Scary at first, yes, because I was speaking a language I'd never heard before in my life, but made sense to me. Very, very scary at first. And also I could feel the vibrations in my body. I could feel this really powerful energy surging through my body, like a dropping out sometimes of energy. Now I understand energy because, yeah, I've been on this journey a long time, and I feel energy surging in me, and I feel others' energy. But it was a different kind, and I knew it was a more powerful one. It was my DNA. I could feel it to the DNA, you know, cellular. It was deep. Yeah, and then I started speaking the original language, you know, the soul language. That came back to me. And out of all my gifts, every one of my gifts serve a purpose. Reiki, that came back to me. Crystals, the knowing of crystals, that came back to me. Lemurian past lives, you know, my Lemurian knowing of, you know, who I am at the core as well. That came back to me. Many, many beautiful gifts. Magic's being returned back to me, the saying. But yeah, my ancient language. Yeah. Wow. That's another healing altogether, you know. And it came back for a reason, because I show it I use it. I bring it through in my Reiki sessions also. If you follow me, you'll follow the videos that I do. Yeah, very powerful magic in them. So the sun, abundance, 19 as well, saying, don't forget the 19. 19, so this is the end card that came out. And I instantly knew, I thought, yeah, this is my card. This is the timeline I'm in already. I'm in 2026 already, as strange as that sounds. I'm in this energy. Sunflowers, they mean a lot to me. My dad used to grow them, you know, and he passed away 16 years ago. Maybe no more now. Sunflowers was his thing. And any sunflower catches my eye, you know. It reminds me of a loved one, you know, hello from the other side. And my dad's been coming through also to me lately, you know. But yeah, you know, the loved ones, they never leave us. That love continues on, you know, in us. And yeah, so sunflowers, they mean a lot to me. And so this card struck me. 19th of August is my birthday. You know, so Spirit sends us signs and synchronicities everywhere. You just have to be open to receiving them. But 19th, yeah, means a lot to me. So this card, at this time, everything is possible, and everything I need to know is illuminated. Projects come to fusion, relationships flourish, and my growth is assured. Just what I was saying. There's no slipping back for me at this point. 7 years on this journey. I've done the work. You know, there's no going back now. The sun is out, you know. The moon, I've been into my shadows. I've uncovered those hidden parts of myself and the hidden parts of this journey, you know. So I'm in the sun now. And this is a time of plenty. It's important that I share this abundance with others. I am deeply grateful. Yeah. Yeah. That's what this journey is about. These gifts that are returned to us through our call that we answer, you know. That call 7 years ago, it was unlike any other telephone call I'd ever received in my life. And I knew it was different. Totally different. And yeah, I tried taking it off the, you know, off the hook. I tried pulling it out of the wall. No. I tried turning my mobile off, should I say, because they're saying, we haven't used them phones in ages. I tried disconnecting my mobile. No, spirit wants to get through to you and it's your time to wake. You're going to awake. You know, you can stall it. Of course you can. I did. No. It's your time to wake. And it's your time for the sun, you know. So 7 years, the sun's here for me. But yeah, it's a journey. It's a journey and a half. So I'm going to speak a little bit about this light code, only keeping it short, you know. We're running into 40 minutes again. But they did say revisit the journey, and you can't do this journey in 40 minutes. It's impossible, you know. No, on my channel, I'm going to keep revisiting parts of this journey because that is what Spirit wants me to do, you know. Loud and clear. Hello from the other side came in a few days ago, but I've been very, very busy with my winter storm. So yeah, but this morning was having none of it. There was like, hello from the other side. Come on, time to get this message out. Revisit. And yeah, you know, share with others. And that's what this journey is about. It's not for self. It is for self, as in I've gained so much and I'm so, so grateful for these beautiful gifts that have come back to me in a remembrance, you know, of this lifetime. Like everything in this lifetime I've had to heal, and past lifetimes. It's brought so, so much back to me. And I'm so grateful now for this journey. I never thought I'd say that. Not when I got that call and that tower came crashing down. Truthfully, I just wanted to be off it. But yeah, it was time. So Hanami is the light code. So they just want me to show you that a bit closer. And this is how I started working with light codes, just from a simple book. A few years ago, being guided, you know, by my angels and my spirit team. And just take that in. And it won't make no sense. It didn't make no sense to me. But as I've worked through this book, yeah, I work with them. I work with them now and I understand them. And, you know, also this book, it also has, you know, the words to help you understand it as well, and meditations for guidance. So yeah, it says high communication, connecting with spirit, beings, being protected by light and the highest integrity. Yeah, all of that. You know, I've worked with this light code before when I was still doubting, you know, if I was losing my mind or if I was hearing that call. Yeah, I wrote this light code out and I still use it. So it says here, everyone has available to them a group of light beings who are waiting to be called on for assistance. Yeah, call on them. You know, they're at the other side waiting for our call even, you know. And then when you're ready and they'll invite them in, you know, you call on them, they'll come instantly. And many people want to communicate with spirit, yet they are afraid. Yeah, you know, I was afraid when parts of this journey, I've spoken about dark parts of it, you know, because it's not all light, it's not. It's very much not. There's dark and light, like everything. We have, you know, you need a balance. Yeah, I was scared certain parts of this journey because I could feel and sense not so nice energies at certain points. I was scared of opening up and up more to the spirit and connection to spirit, that I could let something other than the highest light and love in, you know. So it's always really important to protect yourself. Every time I go, you know, that's why you'll see me with my Palo Santo. I'm clearing my space, you know, I'm bringing in good energy. I'm calling in the highest love and light beings only. That's what I always say, you know. And I also use the cloak of protection, calling Archangel Michael. I always call him in, you know, he's guiding me very much. So yeah, there's fear there about what other things can come in, you know, because we have the dark and light. We do. You need that balance. So it says here, just what I was saying. So, you know, you want to communicate spirit, but you're afraid. They haven't learned how to distinguish between a spirit who comes in the light and an energy of a darker nature. Just what I was saying. So Hanami protects the integrity of communications with light beings, so we can practice releasing the fear associated with communication. There is no need for fear ever. For many of us, the belief of fear needs to be healed. Yeah, the more I went into this transformation and I healed my fear, you know, the more I trusted in myself and in my intuition and in spirit. And yeah, you know what's. I've also had knowing of darker energies around me, and I've had to go into releasing all of that, you know. So it's you feel the differences to the light, to the dark, you know. It's heavy energy when there's dark energy around you. I was getting backaches and lower backaches, and I just felt like heaviness was on me. The light, it's different. So yeah, it is possible to communicate with light beings when they are incarnated also. So Hanami will work with the energies in the highest good of all to ensure that you and the beings of light you wish to communicate are held in a sacred space. This is why they told me to bring this in. Because Spirit knows, you know, that we can sense darker energies, you know, and Spirit also knows darker energies do come in. But there's protection there all the time. And that's why you'll see me with me, you know, and my crystals around me and my crystal ball, you know, everything I'm surrounded by is protection, you know. My talisman, you know, my moldavite, it's protection. I understand it protects me. I didn't wear that for a week at one point because I'd lost it. And Spirit woke me up saying moldavite because I was feeling heavy, and I felt psychically attacked again. Could feel the attack coming in because twin flames are very much attacked. They don't want our light to get out, you know. That's part of this journey. I understand that. So this came to me a few years back, and it doesn't leave me. It's my talisman, it's my protection. And when I wear it, I feel, and then when I don't, I could feel the difference. And then Spirit led me to where I'd lost it. Again, 3 times I've lost it. 3 times Spirit's guided me to the exact point to find it in my home. You know, look, I've lost it in my home. But 3 times I've lost it, only to find it again because my angels guided me back to where it was. So yeah, it doesn't leave me. I sleep with it now. It's just, yeah, I've got a talisman, and that is it. It's moldavite. It's very powerful, moldavite, and very protective. And yeah, so let's have a look. So you may begin communications by asking Hanami to please protect the energies around you and the being you wish to communicate with in love and light, and with an interaction of ease. Hanami will help to facilitate accurate information, provided that you remain as clear, calm and open to receiving as possible. Yeah. And then, you know, they just say to gaze upon the symbol, do your best to envision and feel the spirit, and to initiate interaction, ask some simple questions. Yeah, you know, you're just opening that call to spirit, and you're getting more confident in yourself, you know. But I always start with only the highest love and light may come through, and a cloak of protection. It always, if I'm online, I do it. If I'm in my Reiki sessions in person, I do it. I know the importance of protection on this path is just as important as the path itself. You need that, you know, because you can get derailed pretty quick by lower energies, should I say. Yeah, going to leave it there because I don't think I skipped any part of this journey. But yeah, it was interesting how they said you've skipped the journey, and then I came on at that part and because I, you know, skipped the journey on the last reading that I did, and I thought, eh? And then I knew when, you know, hello from the other side was, I had to go revisit this journey to, yeah, to get this message out. But yeah, my path, the twin flame path, that's the path I know. It's the only path I know. It's what I'm on. Yeah, it's about that love. It's just love. Love, 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 love. Unconditional love. Move mountains, and it is. We're all doing it together for a better earth for us all. So I shall leave it there, and I shall speak to you all soon. Bye.